What is going on, guys? I'm Jack and welcome back to Project Race Car. In today's video, as you can tell from the title, we are taking a look at my new 500 horsepower daily. It is pretty mental. But before we get going into today's video, just a quick apology for myself and Ollie. We've been a bit lax getting the uploads up on the channel recently. We've both been super busy in real life and just had loads of stuff going on. So apologies for that. On that note though, thank you to everybody who subscribed from the last video that we did. That video was really well received. We had about 30 odd people subscribe from that video, which doesn't sound like a lot, but to us it's quite a big amount. So I'm not going to keep you guys waiting any longer. Let's go take a look at my 2010 500 horsepower Audi S4. Let's go. So there you go, guys, you've seen the Audi S4. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So guys, it is a stage 2, if you weren't aware. So it's producing about 494 brake horsepower, so let's call it 500, right? 560 pound-feet of torque. It's been tuned by MRC Tuning by the previous owner, so the car came with all the mods. In terms of what it needs to get to that level, it is an intake, a shortened pulley and a shortened belt and an MRC tuning pulley, and that is pretty much it. Exhaust is stock, although it's had a back box delete, but not actually necessary for the stage 2. And when you think that these are 330 horsepower stock, that's a pretty huge increase for not a lot of mods. So yeah, that's pretty mad. Anyway, let's go and have a look at inside, and then we'll look at the engine bay in a second, because obviously this is a daily, so it's important that it's lovely and comfy and cushy inside, which it absolutely is, being an Audi and being an A4 as well, or an S4. So let's go take a look in the cabin. So guys, let's have a look inside. So it being a typical Audi, it's very, very nice in here. We've got the lovely S4 steering wheel there, and obviously the special dials. I don't know what you call them, the S4 dials. You know, we've got it's DSG as well, if I didn't mention, or S-Tronic, essentially DSG, isn't it? Which is lovely for being a daily. You know, being an auto is absolutely fantastic. You know, we've got a decent infotainment system as well, which is something I really wanted in a daily. You know, I was just sort of fed up of having, you know, dodgy Bluetooth radios or Android tablets and stuff like that. So it's so nice to have you know, a proper multimedia interface. Although the slight downside is it doesn't actually come with Bluetooth from the factory, which is a bit of a pain. But there is a little dongle in here which is plugged into the Audi, I think it's the MMI port or the AMI port, whatever it's called. So it does work with Bluetooth, which is absolutely lovely. Let's have a quick look at the seats as well, because these are obviously S4 seats. They're really quite comfy actually. You know, they're quite bulky. They're not like mega big wingbacks or bucket seats or anything like that, but they are pretty cushy and they hold you well as well. They're actually really lovely seats. So now on to the exciting stuff. You guys probably want to know how fast this car actually is, and from like a butt dyno or just from driving the car, it feels very, very quick. And with it being DSG, you know, there's no drop in power. It just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, as you'd expect with a car like this. So the only real downside, as you'd probably expect with a car like this, is the fuel consumption. So that was a trade-off for me buying this car. I drove it, I test drove it, and it was absolutely fantastic to drive. So comfy, so fast, such fun. I was happy to trade off the pretty poor MPG. I think since it's been tuned as well, it's probably even worse than standard. So doing a pull, the readout on the dash is about 5 to 7 MPG. Doing a full throttle pull, it'll get around 18 to 20 sort of driving normally. It will do like 30, but at a push. But obviously, again, that's not why you buy these cars. So you know, big trade-off. I don't do too many miles, so I work from home most of the time at the moment, as I'm sure most of you guys do as well. So it's yeah, it's a trade-off that I'm happy to accommodate. Anyway, my friend Damien's with us today. He's off over there off down there on the phone somewhere, but he's going to take the camera in a minute. We'll go out for a little drive and we'll do some flybys as well, so you can hear what this thing sounds like. Because with the shortened supercharger pulley, it is insane. The supercharger wine is absolutely hilarious, and it's nice, obviously having the Skyline as well, with the turbo, and then having this with the supercharger. It's a real good mix. So let's go take the car out, and you guys can see exactly what it's like to drive. Let's go. So guys, this is my friend Damien. As I said, you've got a 400 horsepower Focus ST? 300 horsepower Focus ST, which is insanely loud. So
which is getting sold.
Which is getting sold.
Yes.
You're going Jap.
No, I'm going diesel. Save up for a Jap.
There we go. Good man, right? So he's getting a JDM car. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but that'll come. We'll probably do a video on that when you get it.
Yeah,
it might be a little while, so we'll see. Big shout out to Damon as well for showing us this amazing location. I don't know if you can quite see it. I'll have a wander over here. But look how pretty this is. You probably saw it in the first couple of shots. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. We're just up on Dartmoor somewhere, and this is the perfect location to film this car. So it's absolutely ideal. Anyway, let's go for a quick drive. I'm going to hand the camera over to Damien. He'll jump in the passenger seat, and yeah, let's go. Right, so let's go. The best thing about this car, to be honest, is if you stick it in comfort mode, it's just a normal Audi. It's fantastic, and this is really bumpy actually. We're all good. Yeah, but it's just like driving a normal A4, what I imagine would be like driving a normal A4. But then if we stick it in, well, I'm going to stick it in individual, which is set up for the things that I like with the, you know, steering and throttle and whatnot. It can do this. How awesome is that? You probably didn't see the speedo, but it absolutely flies, this car. Would you agree, Damien?
Oh yeah. The noise is unbelievable.
The supercharger wine is, to be honest, what sold it for me. Listen to that. And we're in like dynamic mode or individual mode. We've got auto blip down as well mapped in, which you can't hear at the moment. But it's just a bit more taut. It's a bit more aggressive. The shifts are a lot more aggressive. Like we go down a few gears, it moves around a bit, and then you can absolutely hoom. This corner's quite tight. So it does have paddles as you'd expect with DSG, but to be honest, in like the way, because the gearbox has been mapped as well, it will shift. I'm in manual mode at the moment, but it will shift. But yeah, it's just a joy to drive, and it's got all the power as well. I haven't really tested out the handling too much yet, but it's obviously Quattro, so it's, you know, it's not too bad in terms of handling. But I think
very quick boat.
it's a very quick boat, exactly. But obviously because it's a big lump of a V6 with a supercharger, and it's right at the front of the car, it is a little bit top heavy. I did find that out the other day when going around a corner. So there's a little bit of understeer, but other than that, it takes off like an absolute dream. So there we have it, guys. What did you think of the car? Please let us know down in the comments below. Be interested to know what your thoughts are. Whether it's a responsible or an irresponsible daily as well. That's obviously the big question, isn't it? Damien thinks it's totally a responsible daily, isn't that right?
That was a 494 horsepower car daily. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Oh, there's flies everywhere. It's horrendous. Right, anyway, so if there's anything else you want to see on the car, anything specific, as we always say, let us know down in the comments below as well. Hope you've enjoyed watching today's video, guys. It's been a blast making it, doing all those pulls and stuff in the car, because obviously it's still fresh and new. Also worth checking us out on Instagram, guys, because we did actually post up about this car before doing this video. So if you want to see sneak peeks and bits and pieces, you know, behind the scenes and whatever that we get up to, follow us on Instagram. I'll put it on the screen now. Also, big thanks to Damien today for being cameraman and director as well. It's much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching the video though, guys. I appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more on either this car, my Skyline, Ollie's Evo, or anything else for that matter. We'll catch you in the next one though. Cheers, bye.